Hello, my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. I'm at the campground and some new neighbors just pulled in and they've been making a racket. So I got tired of waiting on him. He ought to be done pretty quick. We'll just have to work around it if it gets, if it gets too loud on this end. Good grief. It's supposed to be peaceful out here. So I don't know if I've done a reading for you before. So I like to explain real quick kind of how this works. I hear, feel, hear, see, sense. No, oh my gosh, they're losing my train of thought. They talk to me, but they also show me pictures, and I call it spiritual charades. I try to describe the picture the best that I can. They never waste a message. There is always a reason for whatever they show or say. So if it doesn't make any sense now, keep it in mind because you'll either see it later, remember it later, or somebody else will validate it for you and go, oh, I know what he's talking about. So there's always a reason this stuff happens. I don't know what this one is yet. Maybe they'll let me know. So anyway, and they won't give me a lot of details. Let's just have a little more noise. It was so peaceful, just the birds chirping a while ago. You might have to stretch it outside the box a little bit because they won't give me all the details. Let me shut some of this stuff off if I can. My goodness. It just exploded all of a sudden. Hang on. Okay, I think he has his stabilizers down. So, we're going to be talking to your grandfather today. And, whoops, I was wrong. Usually, when something like this happens, when I get ready to start a reading, maybe your grandfather liked camp. Maybe he had a camper. Maybe, and there's always a reason why this stuff happens. There aren't coincidences as far as I'm concerned in anything. They unloaded a side by side. Nice looking red one. Mine's blue. So they have a toy hauler. So I don't know if any of this would have anything. Maybe you do. Maybe he's acknowledging that he knows you do. There's always a reason why these things happen. Again. So he said, first he was very sweet energy, and then he got a little gruff. He says, why do you always doubt yourself? Why do you always doubt your purpose? Why do you always doubt that you are enough? Why do you always doubt that you're perfect? I thought I turned that stuff off. Why do you always doubt that I'm with you? Why do you always doubt that I love you? That I still love you? Why do you always doubt? Because everybody else sees the goodness in you. Everybody sees that happy little girl that wants to come out and play in you. And as he's talking about the happy little girl, he's showing you like really young. And he's holding your hand and you're just dancing around. You're just dancing and all lively, and he's just got a big old smile on his face. So this is probably a memory for him. I want to see you happy and perky, not stuffy, not held back. Let that little girl come out. So it's like I always tell people, My grandson and I came out of a burger joint one time, and I started dancing across the parking lot. He says, "Really, Grandma?" And I said, "Do you think I care what those people looking out that window think of me? I'll never see them again anyway, because I wasn't in my hometown." Don't be afraid to let that little girl out. Yep, people think I'm weird. I am weird. So what? When I learned to get out of that box, other people's opinions put you in. Oh, I can't act like that. Oh, I can't say that because those people are watching and they wouldn't like it. Who cares? You want to act like a 5-year-old little girl and dance in a tutu? Do it. They might send the men in the white coats, but do it. He's wanting you to set yourself free. So there's stuff, the way he's talking, that you've been holding in probably forever because it feels like somebody in your family kind of, how do I want to say this? Because it's not in a mean way. Kind of they like, I'm trying to shut some of this off. Like, I don't want to say they broke your spirit. They, I did the same thing too. Maybe I explain it better that way. I would go in my room and shut the door and I would play Barbies all day. Just quiet, out of the way, being invisible. Invisible. I would be the good little girl. Good little girl. Good little girls get stepped on a lot. Good little girls get used a lot. Good little girls are afraid to go skipping and dancing and saying stupid stuff and doing super stupid stuff. Not anymore. He's wanting you to let that good little girl out. Enjoy that. He says, enjoy that good little girl while you can. He wants you to feed that good little girl. Now, when I first started this, and I had to go through a lot of healing, and this is where this is leading to, obviously. And that good little girl, which went back to about 5 years old, she was very hurt, never felt safe, and I had to go back and tell her she's safe now, that she is a good girl. All these types of things. And it sounds like that's kind of what he's leading up to. I may have to shut my door so she can't see them. He says you have blossomed way more than you believe in yourself. I say that again. Is that the way you want to say it? You have blossomed way more than you trust in yourself. And I am very proud of you because I know what's inside of you. I know what's in your heart. And while I do care if other people know that, I really don't care if other people know that because I know what's in your heart. And you're a very good person. And don't let anybody make you feel different. And know that you are loved. And he's showing, see how general he's going to be. I don't think he's going to show any certain people or faces, but we'll see. He's showing people behind him. Sometimes they come in just like a silhouette because it's not important who they are. These are a little more people. like real people. um, Men and women. He says 8. He says there's 8 of them. That's just the close-up group. That doesn't count all the ones behind them. So note that you have a lot of family there, and they're not really up there. They're really right here, and it's so hard to explain, and it's still hard to get my head wrapped around some of that stuff, even though I do it all the time. So he wants to know that you have a whole troop. He's calling it a troop, sitting there waiting to help guide you. Somebody in that group, they're showing me like you have a big pot of something on the stove. I'm going to say what it looks like is like homemade spaghetti sauce, something like that. And it's a big ass pot. I need to make some and freeze it. And you're stirring it with this big ass spoon. And a female in this group holds your hand, whether you can feel that or not, holds your hand and helps you stir. Like, so somebody that used to maybe make this with you, or you made it for them, or they gave you the recipe for it. And it may not be spaghetti sauce. It's something that looks like spaghetti sauce. Is still helping you make that. Maybe somebody you made it for. Just whoever pops in your mind first. So the next time you make that and you're stirring that pot, you might actually pay attention and see if you feel a warmth somewhere in here, or a pressure, goosebumps, may feel like something on you and you can't scratch it off. Everybody feels the energy different, so I can't tell you exactly how you'll feel it. She's trying to hold your hand quite almost with a lot of pressure, so that doesn't mean you're going to feel it that hard. That means she's trying very hard. This lady feels like a grandmother or aunt or something. More like a grandmother. And I always tell people the little lady next door can feel more like your grandmother than your blood grandmother who lives halfway across the country, and you hear from her once a year at Christmas, Sometimes the little lady next door was more like family. So it doesn't have to be blood related. I think you'll know just whatever pops in your head. Anyway. Okay, so whether you think so, whether you thought so or not, he feels like, he says, damn men, what is wrong with men? We're always afraid to express our feelings, always afraid to tell people how we really feel. And he doesn't feel like, even if he did, on your part, he doesn't feel like he told you enough, that he gave you enough encouragement, that he told you enough that he loved you, that he trusted you, that you meant the world to him, that you were cute as a bug in a rug. Something about wiggling your nose. Well, they did that on Samantha the Witch, but I don't think that's what he's talking about. Maybe he used to tweak your nose, or do you have a secret sign or a secret something about touching or wiggling your nose? So know that he can hear you. I promise you 1,000%. He can hear you. He can see you. You can talk to him all you want to. You don't need me for you to tell him you love him or whatever. He can hear you. You don't have to talk out loud. They can hear you. You'd be surprised. Like, people will be sitting somewhere, and the little red hearts that I can see just go up to heaven, whatever you want to call it, even though I don't believe they're up there. They're here. The little red hearts that go floating up to heaven. people sending love to them. And it helps their vibration. It does. And they can help our vibration. So if you're having a tough time, ooh, that hair, camping hair. If you're having a tough time, call on him. He'll hear you. Ask him to come join you. Ask him to bring you some comfort, some love, and see if you don't feel that good energy. Or maybe you'll feel it when you wake up in the morning. You may not feel it right at that moment, but you might feel a lot cheerier when you wake up in the morning. We all have bad days. I usually ask him to have some signs that he's trying to show you, but he's not showing me anything. That doesn't mean he's not doing it. Trying to send you a sign. It just means he's not showing me. I can't twist their arm. Hang on, I'm trying to get him. Oh, it's kind of weird. I don't know how this will play out for you. And a while back, somebody got a hold of me and he says, "You know that thing you told me 6 months ago?" When I go, "No, I don't remember." He said it happened. I said, "Okay, so it may not happen tomorrow." He's showing me like being in these kind of house slipper loafer things, and like he's scooting across the floor, and he kicks the door and makes it slam shut. I have no idea what that means. The only thing I can think of is you're going to have doors slam shut in your house. They may not slam. He's, like I said, they make a big effort to do it, but that does, just because he's making the big effort doesn't mean it's going to sound like a big bang. Maybe you'll just have a door shut and you'll say, "Oh, the wind did it." Maybe, maybe not. I'm the biggest debunker. People go, "Oh, you hear that tapping over there?" And we go in some of these houses and I go and jump on the floor and go, "It's the floor." No, it's gotta be real or I won't go for it. So anyway, know how much he loves you. Know how much he can help. Call on him for whatever he was good for. They got a dog pen just like mine. I'm gonna take her out to go potty in a minute. She'll be barking. Anyway, he wants to wrap his arms around you. Like I said, I can't tell you exactly how you will feel his energy, but he's going to wrap his arms around you for a hug. You might feel the pressure, like where somebody would wrap their arms around you. You might feel the warmth. It might feel like a balloon pushing up against you. You might tingle. Hair might stand up on your arms. Anything like that. I keep asking me about a sign. Something about whistling. I don't know if it's going to be a bird whistling because it doesn't really sound like a bird whistle. Something whistling. Now, I'm not going to put thoughts in my own head. Anyway, something whistling. Maybe it's a real whistle. Maybe it's a bird. Maybe it's a tea kettle. Something whistling. It's going to be a sign from him. And a train. Choo choo. He's going choo choo. Choo choo. Oops. So bleep out my video for having a song I'm not supposed to. Anyway, that song is called "Ain't No Asshole Gonna Make Me Feel Like Hell Today." That's my ringtone. I'm sure it was a telemarketer. That's your motto. That's the motto he wants you to have. Ain't no asshole gonna make me feel like hell today. And I stick to that as much as I can. Yeah, it can be honoring. So anyway, thank you very much, my dear. Know that he can help you, but you have to allow it. He cannot override your free will choice. Neither can your guides and angels. Only an emergency situation. So you have to ask for the help. And then you have to be ready to accept whatever loving energy they bring you, or peace, or maybe they bring you somebody to bring you peace in your life. Whatever. But then you have to be able to accept it, because they could bring me the most handsome guy in the world and I can go, no, I don't think I want that one. I want the guy driving the garbage truck, which there's nothing wrong with anybody driving a garbage truck. You got to have them. You got to have them in that job. That doesn't make them a bad person. It's just, I got to quit saying it that way. I think I'll make people feel bad. I want to do that just because they have a different job. Anyway, much love to you, my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. Mwah. See you later. Watch for those signs. And when you get those signs, acknowledge him, validate him, tell him you love him, and ask him to bring you more. Just flat out ask him, bring me some signs. Where are you? You'll get them.